No matter what they say or do, they can't stop you. Standing on the corner, waiting for your freedom, it's coming now. No matter what they say or do, they can't stop you. You don't need any money, don't you know? It's the money that needs you. They can't stop you running around. They can't stop you selling what you want. They can't stop you opening your heart. They can't stop you. Yeah.
Hey, hi everybody. Wonderful Londoners at our wonderful culture. This is another wonderful night and we're going to hear some great music. Our first act is Carrie Bannerman. He's a really good friend of mine from Ghana. He's a legendary guitarist who's played with many people. He's also played with Ghana's most successful band called Osibisa. And at the moment he plays with the Bibio Sound Machine, and he does many other things. I mean, he's got an illustrious musical career, and he's very modest. But here we have Carrie Bannerman.
Manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, yeko. Manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, yeko. Aduma mansa mekana se fiamambe, ofiaduma same. Ono dia wayo yarefo, adume uma refrewo. Me mansa ne yakru, ne ya na ye mobro. Manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, yeko. Manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, manse umo, yeko. Aduma mansa mekana se fiamambe, fiaduma same. Ono dia wayo yarefo, adume me no refrewo. Me mansa ne yakru, ne ya na ya ye mobro why. Manse humo, 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 yeko, manse humo, yeko, manse humo, manse humo, manse humo.
I'm going to ask Carrie if he'll give us a little translation of that song so that we're all on board with the message of it, okay?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question. This actually is a song about a wonderful lady in the Ashanti region of Ghana, where Valerie comes from. And towards the end of abolition of slavery, there was quite a few slavers still doing their job, trying to make money of selling people. And when they got to the Ashanti region, trying to take the consignment of human beings across the sea, the woman I'm singing about, who's called Mansa, it was very fantastic, very persuasive, a bit like Valerie is very persuasive, and Valerie comes from the same area. She managed actually to persuade the slave traders to take oil instead of human beings. Yeah, an unsung hero of the whole coming to the end of slavery. So that's the song Mansa Umo. Her name was Mansa. So that's what the song is about.
Carrie, welcome to our wonderful culture. Could you tell people at home who I'm sure are loving you right now where they can find your music? Is there anywhere online that they can look you up?
I'm on there's a company called DistroKid. You can find my album there. It used to be sold by an erstwhile Stans Records and no more. So you can find my records on my first album, Ghana Gone Jazz. Ghana Gone Jazz is on there. DistroKid. I think you find it on iTunes, Spotify, and all those other platforms. And my second album is called Elmina album. I'm really from Ghana, isn't it? My second album. Album.
Wonderful. Do we want one more?
Okay, Valerie says I should play it quick. I'm going too slow now. It's got to be faster, more energy. Awe Jonana, 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 oh, awe ni oh, repe. Awe Shonale, Sholele, 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 oh, awe ni oh, repete. Awe Jonana, Jonana, Jonana. Jonana, oh, awe ni o repete. Mi ado so polio, awe ni so, awe. Mi ado so poli, awe ni so, awe. Mi ado so polio, awe ni so, awe. Mi ado so polio, awe ni so, awe. Eba! Bo 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 there. Hey Baba! Awe Jonana, 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 oh, Awe ni o, repete, Awe ni o, repete, Awe ni o, repete. Everybody, repete. Awe ni o, repete, Awe ni o, repete, Awe ni o, repete, Awe ni o.
That is my friend, I am proud to say, Carrie Bannerman. And I just want to say, like, he's been playing the guitar since he was a school kid. And the story goes that he started playing the guitar and continued because actually it won him a lot of friends. He was the cool kid. And I've known him now a long time. And it's amazing how all his schoolmates, right, when they get together from time to time, they're like lawyers and accountants and doctors and God knows what. But they all want to be Carrie. They all want to be playing the guitar and just rocking. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I just want to say that I'm Valerie. I'm Valerie Brown, and I'm here in this beautiful, our wonderful culture, which is just a breath of fresh air, especially for all of us who've been in the lockdown. This is our first step into a creative environment, and it's just brilliant, you know. Um, I'm running to be mayor of London. Oh, I forgot. Because I am, can you see this? Beyond politics. We're actually called the Burning Pink Party. We are beyond politics. We want to bring true democracy to this amazing city called London. We want London to be a city run by its citizens. It's highly switched on, creative, dynamic citizens. With citizens' assemblies, they have a platform to express the things that are bothering them, to fix them, to come together as one, a city united in making London a better place. So I am so proud to be, heading this campaign with a wonderful team of people. Each one of them is like diamond in every way possible, from their intellect to their big hearts. And this is Burning Pink, and we are campaigning to make London a city run by its citizens through citizens' assemblies, the only true form of democracy. Only true form of democracy.
You're not allowed to do a stall. You're not allowed to do any campaigning. The only reason they're allowed to put these through the doors is they've got enough money to pay a big company to do a massive drop of leaflets. But if you're a small candidate and you don't have much money, because of the whole COVID situation, you just can't do campaigning, which is very convenient, isn't it? So they set an election, all the small guys can't get anywhere, and the two big guys, Sadiq and the Tories, it's a two-horse race. Well, why is it a two-horse race? It's because they've got it sewn up, because they've got a COVID election, which is why everyone hates politicians, right? It's because they're saying, look, it's a two-horse race. It's just you've got us or you've got no one. And it's tough, right? That's all you've got. And if you don't vote for the Labour Party, then you're going to let the Tories in, right? I've had that all my bloody life, right? If you don't vote for Labour, then you get them. But we don't want to vote for Labour because they're shit, right? Everyone knows they're shit. So what we're doing is Valerie Brown is standing for election, and the reason we're supporting Valerie is not because we want Valerie to become another bloody politician. We want Valerie to stand to say we don't want politicians because we don't need them, because we can have citizens' assemblies, so we can get real people saying really what they want to say and actually having power. And this is the future of democracy, not horseshit.
Okay, an amazing special guest has just walked into our wonderful culture.
I just want to say that Roger's in the house. Roger Hallam. And I've known Roger for a couple of years, and he is like one of the most inspirational people I will ever know in my life. He's, for me now, become a sort of like a great philosopher. He's not just an activist or an intellect. He goes way deep in uncovering the truth of human nature and what we need to do to bring ourselves back into a state of humanity and to be able to save the world, to love each other, to take care of each other. He is amazing, and I love this man. He can be a pain in the ass, but he is amazing. Here we have Roger Hallam, one of the founders of Extinction Rebellion, one of the founders of Burning Pink. Okay.
Hello. Yes, thanks, Valerie. Okay, so what do I want to say? I want to say that 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago actually, I had a chat with a Guardian journalist, and I said within 2 years there'd be a mass civil disobedience movement in the UK, breaking the law with thousands of arrests. And he looked at me with that sort of, he's mad sort of look. And 2 years later, I helped set up Extinction Rebellion, and it went all around the world, and there was thousands of arrests. So I was right. So that's good. That was lucky. So I've got another prediction to go on the public record tonight, which is that within a decade, Burning Pink will be running the British state. Strange but true. And so I'll give you some evidence about this. So I had a chat with Micah White. So I don't know if people know Micah White, but Micah White was the originator of Occupy, right? It's a Canadian guy. and it was his idea to go to Wall Street and do the Occupy thing, right? So he arguably was the originator of one of the biggest international social movements in the world, right? And arguably, I was the initiator of Extinction Rebellion because I had some weird ideas back in the day. Okay, so we had a chat, and guess what happened? We both came to the conclusion that the way to save the world was to set up direct action movements that stand in elections, which sounds familiar, doesn't it? So you've got Mika White and me making a prediction, the two originators of the biggest social movements of the last 12 years, that this is the way to go. And so in a decade, I don't know what position I'll have, but yeah, we'll leave that to Valerie. Anyway, we'll be taking over the British state, and of course handing it over dutifully to the British people as we would through citizens' assemblies. So I want to say two other little things about London. I don't know if people know, but London was the originator, the original place where the Bolsheviks started in 1905. So, and they met in a pub, and guess how many people? Guess how many people there were in the pub? There were 5 people in 1905, and 12 years later, they took over the Russian state. So there you are. That's London for you. And then there's that. What's that? That Greek party called Syriza, right? So they were rubbish for 20 years. They're getting 3 or 4% of the vote, and then there was a big crisis, and it went to 40% of the vote in 12 months. So this is the future of burning pink. This is what we're heading towards. So the last bit of evidence, because I'm social scientist, so I'll give you evidence. Okay, so the last bit of evidence is that if people are going to take over the British state in the next 10 years, they have to be totally fucking mad, right? They have to be totally mad. So guess what? Burning Pink is full of totally fucking mad people like me and Valerie. And arguably Valerie's a bit more mad than me because she's standing for London Mayor. So that's the most. It's certainly going to be pretty anarchist, that's for sure. So that's the third thing to say, right? In 1962, there were lots of nice students. I don't know if you read that, right? The Students for Democratic Society, and they all sat around and made a nice, polite statement about the best world they could have, and they're all wearing ties and speaking very nicely. So that's 1962, right? 1969, Abby Hoffman was doing handstands in front of the judge in the Chicago 7 trial. If you haven't seen the film, watch it, right? So that's what's happening. We're in 1962, 7 years from now. Watch out for the handstands, people. Okay, so that's the future. I'm going to pass over back to Valerie. Is that right? Here we go. Thank you very much.
That was Roger Hallam, and you've heard it from the horse's mouth. So we are going to create really deep revolution, system change. So I don't know who's next, but we're going to have some more amazing musicians, right? So here we are now. I am thrilled. Yeah. Valerie.
No matter what they say or do, they can't stop you. Standing on the corner, waiting for your freedom, it's coming now. No matter what they say or do, they can't stop you. You don't need any money, don't you know? It's the money that needs you. They can't stop you running around. They can't stop you selling what you want. They can't stop you opening your heart. They can't stop you. Yeah, feels like freedom and it's coming now. They can't stop me running around. It's Sunday night, I got nothing to do. My phone is dead and I'm looking for you. Dancing in the pub when the sun goes down. Waiting for my man cause I know he's around. They can't stop you. They can't stop you. Oh no, oh no. oh no, oh no, 'cause it's Saturday, Saturday. It goes away because it's Saturday, Saturday. And all the kids come out to play because it's Saturday, Saturday. It looks like things are going my way. Yeah, yeah, I can't stop the feeling growing in my heart. You can't stop the feeling, you can't tell me where to go. I'm going to the shop. You can't stop the feeling, you can't stop the dancing, dancing in the light. No matter what they say or do, they can't stop you. Standing in the chipper, waiting for your burger, it's coming now.
I'm guessing that every single one of you has had a broken heart. Am I right or am I wrong? Come on, you've all had a broken heart. The person you thought you'd be with all your life, or whatever it was. This is called I Remember Avignon. I had, I'll be honest, I had the love of my life, and we had a wonderful time in France. We were together for 10 years, we broke up. It was a real great shame. But we had a wonderful time in Avignon, and so I wrote a song about that. And this is it. All the words are said, nothing left to say. Loving feelings, they all have gone away, leaving only grey. The colours that we knew faded into blue, leaving me and you. Silence was the cue, nothing we could do. But I remember Avignon, with bright color everywhere. The love of you was everything. The feelings that we shared. Sometimes love deceives, blossom in the tree turns to falling leaves. Love's what we believe, scattered to the breeze. And the colors that we knew faded into blue, leaving me and you. Silence was the cue, nothing we could do. But I remember Avignon. all the colors there. When the touch of her was everything, all the feelings that we shared. Yeah, I remember Avignon, all the colors there. When the thought of you was everything, all the feelings that we shared. Thank you very much. Thank you. That song meant a lot to me, I'll tell you. I don't know how I get through it with that little tear rolling down. You know, it's that bad. Right, okay. I played this one last time, but you know what? I think I'll play it again. It suits the mood. This is called Look Back. And that's actually another bloody song about me. I don't believe it. But there we go. That's the ones I picked out. I wrote this for Bruce Springsteen, and then he became an actor. So what do I do? I always thought I was a lucky guy. Someone was looking out for me, with an ace in each hand and one up my sleeve. I could gamble with life as I pleased. 2 years from my teens and I married my queen. She was everything a man could desire. Gentle and kind with only me on her mind. So the day I put out the fire. Now I look back and I know I was wrong. I held too many aces in my hand when I needed but one. Still I believe I was a chosen son. I had no one to catch me on an unending run. Well, I remember them now all telling me time and time over again, but all of the words they used were in vain. Now I only have me left to blame. Well, as the years rolled away like a dice out of play, I was losing all my winning hands, and I could have turned back, but like a train on a track, I was heading into the quicksand. Now I look back, and I know I was wrong. I held too many aces in my hands when I needed but one. Still I believed I was a chosen son. I was so used to winning on an unending run. I was so used to winning on an unending run. Oh,
Can we have a big round of applause for Rod Linton, please, everyone? Woo! I've got to ask this, but you know, you can say how no. I've told you all my stories, but you know, can we please have one more story from back in the day? They're absolutely fascinating. We love your stories. Just the first one that comes into your head, and then we've got another act setting up behind you. So if you want to tell a quick story and do one last track, that would be amazing.
Real quick story then. Let me think. There's so many. Okay, here's one. You'll love this one. Anyone remember Dave Mason? He was the guitarist in Traffic. Wonderful band. Yeah, you got it. Hole in my shoe, indeed. And I met Dave over in New York, and we were having a good time, and we got on real well. I came back to England, and I got a phone call from him a few years later, and he said, "Rod," he said, "I'm releasing an album, and we're having a party. You know, we're having a reception thing for a launch for the album, and I got a problem." I said, "What's the problem?" He said, "Well, Paul McCartney's coming with Linda, and you're the only person I know who knows any of the Beatles. So, would you mind sitting with Paul and Linda, with your wife? Would that be okay?" I said, "Hang on, let me have a think about that." Yes. And so that was my little Paul McCartney story. I sat with Paul, and Paul's a real nice guy. They're all the Beatles were great guys. In fact, I tell you something else. So were the Stones, right? I hung out with Keith a lot. I was there at Keith's place once when Ron Wood and Jimmy Page turned up. Now I didn't know Ron, but very well. I knew him slightly, but I knew Jimmy because I was doing their PR. Believe it or not, Led Zeppelin. So it's crazy. Go for it. Yeah. And I'll say a few words about Valerie as well while I'm at it, I mean, I'll get to that in a sec. So, life has been a real weird one for me, and here I am, and I got to say something. I think I'm going to switch over to Valerie now. She's a wonderful person. She's got a heart of gold. She's got a great spirit. But here's something which you may or may not have picked up on. How many people volunteer to become a mayor or a governor or a leader on a high wage with everything at their feet, and they're only there for one reason: to not have that job in the future? Think about that. Would you go and work for a company so that you can take away the job that you've just got and hand it over to the people? How many people do you know who do that? I know very few. They go for the money.
Alright, so we're moving on to effective extinction. Okay, so if you're not aware of this one,
there we go.
In the literature, this is what they're talking about behind everyone's back there. This idea of effective extinction. Moving on to effective extinction. Okay, so if you're not aware of this one, alright, so moving on to effective extinction.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Hey, world leaders and the climate change problem. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Alright, so moving on to effective
Hey, world leaders and the climate change problem. Tick-tock, tick-tock. 10 years later. Hey, world leaders, what are you going to do about it? Tick-tock, tick-tock. We're having discussions. Discussions. It's COP26. That's 26 years of discussion. Still haven't got a fucking plan yet, though. Hey, world leaders, everyone's going to die. It's a climate change problem. Oh, well, we're talking about it. We've been having discussions. We elected some people to have discussions. 26 years we've been having discussions. So what are you going to do about it then? Power to the people! Well, alright, now you got to take over, or you're going to die. Power to the people right now. You've got to take over, or you're going to die.
This is Jack from Wildebeest. Is it Wildebeest or Wildebeest?
It is wildebeest, but literally everybody I know gets that wrong, including my girlfriend, mother, and best friend. So don't worry too much.
And how long have you been doing this project?
Basically about 2.5 years, seriously. On to the second album at the moment. And yeah, the whole thing basically started from being a session drummer and joining bands and getting to a position where like stuff was starting to move and then something going horribly wrong. And after about 7 years of that, I was like, well, I'm just going to start doing things myself because you don't want to be reliant on other people.
Amazing. And how would you describe your sound, your genre?
Yeah. Well, I kind of come up with the term gonzo beat, which is pretentious, obviously. But yeah, it's basically a word for the sort of culturally appropriated bass music that I make. But that is kind of, yeah, a mix of all the dance music that I kind of grew up on as a teenager and stuff. And yeah.
And I owe you a personal thank you because I set up with some other people a record label to raise funds for Music Declares Emergency and Extinction Rebellion called sixmass.bandcamp.com, and you very kindly donated a track to that label, which is wonderful. So shall we? Jeremy, are you ready to play Extinction Rebellion? That would be great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll one of Jack's tracks, and then after that we're going to be back. He's got 3 tracks to play you. Thank you very much, Jack. Let's hear one of your tracks.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
I cannot tell you how important it is that you stand up for what you believe in here, because they're not going to listen to you until all of us do. Time and time again, this is a government that chooses fossil fuels over greener energy.
I wanna talk about the real things, peel back the fake skin, reveal the underneath and talk about the fixing. Non-fictional, factual depiction of a nation of people that wanna fight. I want to listen to the mother when she's speaking, when she reaching for the healing that she's seeking, feeling love for the people that are seeking, for the freedom of the life and oxygen that we're breathing. things, peel back the thick skin, reveal the underneath and talk about the fixing. Non-fictional factual depiction of a nation of people that wanna fight. I want to listen to the mother when she's speaking, when she reaching for the healing that she's seeking, feeling love for the people that are seeking, for the freedom of the life and oxygen that we're breathing. For the healing that she's seeking, feeling love, 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 love.
We, the people in this Extinction Rebellion, we are the ones making a difference. And we will never stop fighting. We will never stop fighting for this planet and for ourselves, our futures, and for the futures of our children and grandchildren.
Woo! Oh my goodness, that is a tune. And I'd like to thank you again. Jack donated that tune to sixmass.bandcamp.com, which is a label set up to support Extinction Rebellion and Music Declares Emergency, which is very, very kind. So you can check it out on there. Where else can people find your music, Jack?
Yeah, so the usual places, predominantly Instagram at Wildebeest Music. SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/Wildebeest Music. That last track you listened to, you can download for free, so there's no excuse not to play it to your dog, mum, and anyone you know. And yes, social media in general. It's not on Spotify yet. Everything you're hearing is unofficially released, but will be through, depending on the label that I go with, be more available.
And so they search for Wildebeest. Can you spell that?
Yeah, sure. So it's Wildebeest, WILDERBEAST, as opposed to the conventional spelling of wildebeest, which you would think was that. That is how you spell it.
So Jack's got another couple of tracks for you. What's the next track you're going to play for us, Jack?
So the next one has a video, which will be, I'm sure, fascinating for this live audience. You won't be able to see it. It's the first track I wrote. I quite naively, at one point, was with a mate, and we're like, why has no one sampled David Attenborough? Like, there is this wealth of incredible stuff you can sample. And so I was like, well, I'm going to do it. And I was quite pleased with myself until I played it to somebody who I knew from the industry. And he was like, well, obviously there's no universe where you can release this for copyright reasons. So I then found myself going through quite a strange bit of my life when I was like trawling internet looking for professional David Attenborough impersonators to do exactly the same script as the man himself. So yeah, it is basically, it's the video for that. It is told through 3 kinds of animation with the amazing Mara Frampton, who's helped me put this thing together over the last couple of years. And it's a combination of digital, as in like pixelated art, hand-drawn art, and then stop frame animation at the end. And the general narrative is a character called Gizu, her name, or that she came up with rather, who basically discovers sentience as he realizes the jungle around him is falling apart, and all the rainforest is being replaced by bulldozers, people selling plushies, and hippies dancing. No offense.
Wow. So if I was a festival who wanted to book your act, how would that go across? Are you able to play these tracks live? Are you working on that?
Thanks for glad you asked that. I am. Yes, I'm working with my housemate currently to make this into reality. But after I got into production thing, like it's only recently happened. So I reckon by next summer I will have a banging hour-long set that will be ready to play out.
Brilliant. Let's roll the video. Jeremy, can we play what's Primate? Have a little dance around your kitchen. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves at home. Remember, this video, this cast needs to go viral, so please share it with all your friends. Make sure your mum watches it, your dad watches it, your brothers and sisters watch it, your best friends watch it. Get it out there, because we want Valerie for mayor. Thank you.
In this tree, there is one of the most extraordinary predators. It's one animal that I don't need to sneak up on. Do less. Eat more. Do less. Eat more. Do less. Extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is about as fast as it can move. I see trees of green. Red roses, too. I see them bloom. For me and you. And I think to myself, a wonderful world. That's what's going to happen to you if you live on nothing but leaves. This mobile compost heap pulls itself together. It wants to defecate. And the only place it's happy doing that is down on the ground.
Wow, I hope you enjoyed that video from Wildebeest, everyone. Can we have a big round of applause for Wildebeest? Come on, our wonderful culture.
Still Wildebeest.
Wildebeest. And can you tell us about this next track that you're going to play, the last track? Let us know what that's all about.
Sure, yeah. This is, unlike the last two, has nothing to do with the climate or, anything along those lines. But it's a new track. It hasn't yet been mastered, and it's completely, it's the first time this ever been played out. It's called Mother Tongue, and it features an incredible rapper called Essie Rivers, who goes by the name of Miss Mester. And she's half Maltese. And we were chatting about maybe working together anyway. And she was like, maybe I could do something in Maltese. I was like, yes. So half of it is in English, half it's in Maltese. And this is Mother Tongue. Hope you enjoy. And also, just the last two acts, I feel embarrassed to be on the stage right now. They're incredible.
Wow, big round of applause for Jack Taville, please, everyone. Woo! And let's hear the last track. Jeremy, have you got that ready? Don't go anywhere. We've got some amazing acts to come.
I like to lick upon the beat. I'll stick the heat burn deep and thick when the rhythm starts to rip right through my bones. When the rhythm takes a slip of the cones course through my moans. When it's slipping down a zipper of my clothes into my mind. With every rhythm of the beat confined, it blew me blind into a blacked out confined.
Can we see some dancing in our wonderful culture, please?
We don't messing with another paradigm. Bang the sing on the wings of a chime. We just waiting for the planets to resign. Don't ever judge a book upon the cover. Speaking in the mother, tongue around another. Lover undercover, we discover. Smothered by the glover, we discover. Reading on our rhythms, we recover. Futuristic brother. Holistic, don't respect from one another. Legitimate, stop on the sucker. Better than the gutter for the number. Hitting on the buzzer, lips start to flutter. Cutting up the rhythms when we sit up on the thunder. Lightning strikes you, might wanna chunder. I take my clutch from the bumper. Low like fright, I'll rip you asunder. What you try to grip on the plunder. Juggle in the struggle of the rubber you go under. Suddenly we summon up the cover in the tumbler. Suddenly we bubble up the trouble in the rumble. Suddenly we smother when we're sucking on the rubber. I'll spit it out to ya. It's electrical shula, cause now I'm on radar. Electrical I'll spit it out to ya. It's electrical shula, cause now I'm on radar. تتكلم في اللهجة مطرنا تتكلم في اللهجة مطرنا ونطلع سكننا زي كامتاليني بيتي بيتي كانو دلو رنتا سنتانو سنتانا كالمارينا هاتي بيتشو بلكينا مالك فيتا بنديرة الهري نولي كنولي انسارة اتسي اتي بيتي بيتي كانو دلو رنتا سنتانو سنتانا كالمارينا هاتي بيتشو بلكينا مالك فيتا بنديرة الهري نولي كنولي انسارة اتسي كيف انتي لا كابش تايلر ين ساكت في تيتو كان زونيتا تاك سايالمك تريتم
Rearrangement.
في تيتو كان زونيتا تاينا
He's rearranging. Arrangement.
One check. Thank you. Thank you. Leave it up. Leave it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the next show is gonna blind your eyes. Ready? Boy, you're right, mate. Okay. May we have the next artist on, please? Here they come. The one and only, the Meta Data. The Meta Guinea and the Piano Monkey. Live here tonight for the first time in London Central. Here they come. Can we have a round of applause? Bring it on for these people, yeah? Bring it.
Martin, can you tell us about Meta Guinea? What's the name of it?
Yeah, so basically Meta Guinea derives from the fact that we are all metadata, or they want us to be metadata, and we are all experimenting in their metadata. So we are guinea pigs of metadata. So my name is Meta Guinea. And ultimately, the census people will catch up on all of us like they did to me yesterday, because data is the new gold, unfortunately, and we're all victims being guinea pigs. So anyway, this song is called The Sky is Open. I suppose it's about Earth preservation.
Sky
Thank you.
Woo! Mr. Politician! More bass, please. You got a lot of work to do, son. Mr. Politician! You better get your nose to the grindstone. Turn the bass up, please. We are running on an outdated operating system. We learn to learn as a community how to update our culture faster, update our systems faster. We're learning stuff that is out of date. For example, crime is a function of capitalism. Working class was created to facilitate low-paid workers to keep factories running. We got technology now, so therefore poverty and a working class is no longer required. We can update that system. And who owns land? Who owns land anyway, huh? Surely we were all born equally onto this beautiful green and blue spinning thing, so we can update that one, yeah. I'd love to update that one. So let's move up to the next level, yeah? Mr. Politician, in case you didn't notice, I've heard there's also a climate emergency going on. Mr. Politician, you got your work cut out, son. Better get your nose to the grindstone. You got a lot of work to do. Mr. Politician, this is your employer screaming at you. We pay our taxes, that's right, we employ you. I know your hands are tied by those dirty corporations. You better clean your nose up, son. Your planet needs you right now. Mr. Politician, you have better come through. If you can't put a climate change plan together in 30 years, we're gonna sack you! The people are upset. The people see genocide. You are complicit. So you better get your act together. The people are upset. The people see genocide. You are complicit. Maybe we'll sue you, Mr. Politician. You better clean your act up, son. This is your employer screaming at you! Yeah! Mr. Politician, you got a lot of work to do. Thank you. We've been Metaguinea and Piano Monkey. I hope you enjoyed the show. So if we could roll some music. Yes, I'd just like to say a big thank you to all of the artists that have played today. And we have a special treat coming up for you in just a minute. So we're just going to set up, I think it's our final musician, although we may all end up having a jam at the end. You never know your luck. And we're coming at you from Our Wonderful Culture, which is 28 Shelton Street. This gallery is in need of some help. If you're like mega loaded, come down here and share some bucks. There is a GoFundMe campaign. Have a look at the website, Our Wonderful Culture. And thank you so much for Hercules for letting us use this space for free, which is incredibly generous.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Thanks for showing up here. It's been an amazing evening and wonderful musicians and also politicians and people are shaking, movers and shakers of the new world. We're looking for a world, better world with culture, and better world with peace and harmony. And we are the basically seeds of the future. with the people who are here. There are very few of us, but we've got a lot of followers all over the world, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to change the world for the better. And our wonderful culture is here to cultivate that notion and bring people together from all walks of life. There are wonderful artists about, and we're trying to support it. So your support here for our wonderful culture is very important. Any help you can give, it will help us to do more events like this, and also show more artists and other events that we're planning to do over the next few months.
Big round of applause for Hercules, please. Wow, so we're just going to roll some music while we get our next act set up. Don't forget, this is all about Valerie becoming London Mayor, so you need to share this broadcast. If your heart's in this, we can take over London, people power. So please share the broadcast, let's make it go viral. Thank you very much. You need to share it around London so people in London can vote for her. Thank you.
Come on and dry your tears now. But Marley said we'd be smiling just like a cloud. When I see the Fed chasing me down Camden Town. It's time to change your smile for a frown. For a frown, for a smile. For a frown, for a smile. With some positive affirmations out there. Like we good, like the country and the city is run by people with hearts and sentiments who care about their people, 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 run by the people, just for the people. We are the people, and we love our people, yeah. We are the people, and we for the people, and we love our people the
Thank you, Tito, for the freestyle. Spirit just takes over sometimes, and that's a beautiful message for the people. Big up, Tito.
Yes. Thank you so much, Tito. Can you tell us how we can get your music online?
You have to follow me on Instagram.
Instagram, 18 Flute Loops. 18 Flute Loops.
My music is coming soon.
Yeah, it's come.
It's here.
Coming soon, it's
thank
here.
you so much. That was
more music is on its way.
I know. I just want to say that somebody said to me the other day on the streets that the powers that be don't want us to come together. They don't want us to be close and talking to one another because we are powerful as people together. Yeah, that's it. So as long as they keep us apart, then they have the power. We come together, we have the power. Citizens' assemblies.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a beautiful song. Thank you so much. Are you going to do another one? Do you want to? Oh,
No. Thank you, love.
Wow, can we have a massive round of applause, please? That was literally super amazing, really amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. We are streaming at you live from our wonderful culture gallery. It's 28 Shelton Street in Covent Garden. A big thank you to Hercules for letting us use this amazing space. It will be opening soon. Check out the website. It's a new gallery and it's looking for funding. So any super rich people watching this, get in contact. We need you. Okay, so we're going to continue. This live stream is all about Valerie. Come on, Valerie, come on in. So this is all about publicising Valerie's amazing campaign to become the next Mayor of London. And if she becomes Mayor of London, she's going to hand very intelligently that power back to the people through citizens' assemblies. How's it going so far, Valerie?
Out on the streets of London and in the parks of London with we are a crew. We go campaigning, and I cannot tell you how amazing it is to hear Londoners speak so intelligently, so passionately about wanting change, to see things run differently, to be empowered. Because at the moment, they just feel voiceless, they feel that no one's listening, and it kind of falls into a state of apathy. But I think that they don't want this. And when I come along, and we all come along talking about this campaign and what we propose for London, it's just incredible how they take the script. They make the words. They create the passion of what I want to say. They're very, very eloquent, obviously far more eloquent than me, very lucid. And I just feel proud of Londoners and, a potential we've always had. Because, I grew up here in the 60s and in the 70s. And people from sort of lower classes and young people needed change, and they bloody well made sure that they got it, So you got people rising from the bottom, but somewhere along the line we lost that spirit. We lost the fight. But we're bringing it back, and Londoners know that this is the time, this is the right time for them to reclaim their spirit and their voice.
And if someone's watching this broadcast, Valerie, and they're really curious, they're thinking about voting for you, is there somewhere they can go online to find out more information about you and have a look at what you're about?
Burningpink.earth. Is that
Wow, and I think on Twitter it's Valerie for London, is that right? Hashtag Valerie for London. So yeah, check it out. So Valerie Brown Facebook page. That your life is public now, Valerie. Your life is public, your Facebook is public, and well done for everything that you're doing. I think it's absolutely super amazing.
And you well done too, because music is what starts revolutions.